Hello gamers! This video goes over basic strategy in Friends and Dragons, focusing on how to predict enemy movements and control the board. Before any battle, you need to select a strong team. Ideally, you'll have a 5-star leader for the leader bonus, but if not, you can use a 4-star leader. Monocolored teams are powerful because all heroes can take advantage of the leader bonus, so use them whenever possible. As you progress, you will build more heroes and be able to use monocolored teams for each element. The key to winning a fight is to know your enemy. You need to predict which enemies will survive your initial attack and who they will target so you can keep your heroes safe. Before starting a battle, familiarize yourself with the enemies by long pressing and viewing their details. Look at their attack, defense, and talents and determine which enemies are the biggest threats. Also look at their targeting AI and move speed. The majority of enemies have a charge AI, meaning they will attack the closest hero so you can predict their moves. Move speed tells us how many squares they can move and also their turn order. Enemies with a higher move speed go first. Among enemies with the same move speed, the turn order is random. For instance, in this example there's an ogre, orc archer, and hounds. The archer has a move speed of 2 while the hounds have a move speed of 3. After I move my tanky barbarian to kill the ogre, the archer is lined up to attack him. However, the hounds will attack first and block my barbarian, so the archer will target my fragile healer instead. If you can predict who the surviving enemies will attack, you can position your hero safely. If you can't kill a dangerous enemy right away, you can also use this information to keep it from hitting you. In this example, the weak goblins and orcs have a move speed of 3, while the more dangerous orc mage has a move speed of 2. On each turn, the weaker enemies move first, blocking the orc mage from attacking my hero. Finally, if you want to make sure you can kill a dangerous enemy, check the enemy's defense and then check your hero's damage output by long pressing the attack icon. You'll see how much damage the hero will do based on which attack talents will proc and if you have the color advantage. Use this information to take out dangerous foes before they can attack you. Once you know how to predict enemy movements, you can focus on controlling the board. This can be as simple as putting a tank forward to control who the enemies attack, or using a hero with push or tumble to rearrange enemy positions. The tanking classes are knights, guardians, warriors, and to a lesser extent, barbarians. Warriors have taunt, which causes the enemies to attack them even if another hero is closer. The majority of battles don't require a tank, but if you do find yourself getting demolished, position a tank to absorb the big hits. A rogue is a staple on most teams. Tumbling in to reach nested enemies maximizes the number of enemies you can kill on that critical first turn. Rogues can also be used to reposition enemies to give your other heroes a better line of fire. But be careful, if you leave your rogue too exposed, they can easily get pummeled. The push talent can be found on a variety of heroes. Pushers can move enemies and clear a path to better position your other heroes on crowded maps. Pushers can also dip enemies in water or lava, disabling them for the turn. Multiple push talents stack. For example, the hero Blaze has 3 push talents, allowing him to push a unit 3 squares. It also allows him to push a stack of enemies up to 3 enemies thick. Shani has 2 push talents, and can only push enemies stacked 2 thick or less. A single push talent means you can't push stacked enemies, but it can still be useful to position enemies. Your opening move is critical. The best defense is a good offense. You can easily be boxed in and annihilated, or have your hero split up if you leave too many enemies alive after turn 1. Use what you've learned about enemy movements and controlling the board to carefully plan an opening move. Keep in mind hero turn order. The hero you moved most recently goes first. You only have a few seconds to make your move, but move as many heroes as you can to maximize your damage. If you still have problems beating hard fights, try changing your team composition or asking a high-level player to carry you through via co-op. Co-op is actually a great way to learn strategy as you watch more experienced players make moves. This ends my Newbies Guide to Basic Strategy. Check out my other vids for more tips or head to Discord if you have any questions about the game.